using the capital J, Jjschmidt using a capital Z, both using strength and HP. And I'm trying to talk as long as possible. There we go. The competition has begun. We have the Wizard over in CaptainGreen7 from Dragon Warrior 3, and we have Lola, I believe, over in Jjschmidt's side.
And we got Fairy Water, we have Gold, and a Magic Key. It looks like they don't have spells available, so they're not going to be able to return out of here. And they're going to be taking that gold. Let's see if either player saves before checking what's outside the...
I was 7 seconds behind. Shame on me. Oh, geez. Tangel is at the edge, the left edge of the map exactly. So if we see 119 east for the coordinates, we know exactly where to go.
But Captain Green finds luck with the easiest enemy in the game first and is able to land one shot, and it looks like he's going to have an opportunity to be the first with experience on the board.
All right, so that's a good thing. We're finding slimes. Jjschmidt finding a scorpion. That's not going to work out, but I like his strategy. Do the early exploration and try to see where we're going here as we thank MDI for the raid.
You're going to be able to, with the 22 HP, traverse through that swamp, but that Star Wyvern is not going to let Jjschmidt. Luckily, JJ had already saved, so he's not going to lose any of that gold because he got a pretty good break with that 700 gold.
Ooh, and some information that Captain Green does not want to see. Dragon Lord Breath from the Blue Dragon. Yeesh.
Unfortunately, unable to reset the game, Captain Green is going to be stuck with 300 gold. And let's see if they find a town, if they're able to put that gold to any use, or if it's just too far away to put the use in the air.
All right, here we go. Now we're starting to knock out some red slimes. Which will make getting level 2 faster, twice as fast, in fact.
Right now, the players are just crossing their fingers that neither one of these slimes have either Hurt More or Dragon Lord.
Yeah, and it looks like that's not the case for either own, so that's a good thing. I wonder if they... No, they have not run the Zone 2. We have level 2 for Captain Green. 6, 0, and 12. So that might open them up for magicians at this point.
But it makes MTI twice as happy with 2-0 stats.
I know, right? I mean, it probably makes the 28 Raiders that came in pretty happy as well, as Jjschmidt hits level 2 as another slime goes down the record books. In Captain Green's it's all slimes all the time.
And luckily, because you have that increased encounter rate in a desert tile, they're going to be able to rack these up and get level 3 and shorter.
Yeah, and I like this play by Captain Green. Give that magician a try. See if it's going to work out. And I don't think it is, unfortunately. But still, I like it.
Well, you roll the dice. If you get an excellent blow, then you're already up to the level 3 threshold, and with 14 magic, a lot of possibilities open up with spells. So I like the opportunity of giving it a shot, and he might still be able to do it.
No, as both runners are going to record a second death into our tracker there. That's the number on the upper right or upper left corner, depending on which screen it is. Quick reminder as to the penalty for dying. That is 1/2 of your money. 15 seconds on the penalty box, and the worst part of it all, a stern lecture from the king.
And you see JJ is able to one-shot those red slimes.
Yeah, that's always nice to see. And I think Jjschmidt's going to get this magician with full hit points, and I think Captain Green's going to do the same. So I think we're still going to be tied at 21, but we want to see some 2s here.
Well, they're all hoping to hear that clack of excellent strike.
Oh, there we go. Level 3 for Jjschmidt. And we're going to have 4 power, 6 response speed, 6 HP, 4 magic. MTI is not happy, especially with Hurt More.
Well, now it's a critical point for Captain Green, because if Captain Green's able to get the level, Hurt More as well opens up the entire board, because now you're going to see those levels go 2 at a time.
Not quite. As both runners have been sent back to the penalty box. The monsters are like, you thought you didn't think we were gonna make it that easy.
Well, they wanted full life. They didn't want to go out into the world with moderate.
Nah, as JJ wisely running from a red slime, and he'll probably run from the magician as well. Captain Green will throw a hurt down on the magician and knock it out. I mean, it doesn't hurt.
Well, at least it's only going to cost 2 and 1 hurt more, and a little bit of my soul with that. Haha. And a droll is out. With hurt more, it's out of.
Yeah, that's right. We want nothing but hurt mores, and oh, there's a big one right there with the Magi Wyvern. I didn't even catch the stats, but whatever. It's that's gonna be a level 5 for Jjschmidt on that Magi Wyvern. We learned heal more at level 4. Looks like 6 power, 5 agility, 1 HP, 5 magic on level 5. Ooh, look what we've found. Oh, not quite on that hurt more with the Star Wyvern. It's not very, it is not very common to knock out a Star Wyvern in 1 hurt more. All right, we see Captain Green reaching level 5 there, as he's going to knock out a Wraith, and he's retaken the experience lead as they continue trying to explore.
But it's going to be a juggle because with 42 MP, Jjschmidt's going back out into the world with heal more, hurt more, and a lot of enemies to.
Yep, that's right. As a Spectre kill takes Captain Green to level 6, 5 power, 6 speed, 3 HP, 5 magic, and a spell. Whatever. I mean, you still have heal more. Actually, you learned Repel, which is like one of the best spells you can run into in a situation like this.
Definitely, because you're going to get out of zone 0 and 1 lickety split once you have high enough defense power to avoid those low level enemies. But still, at level 6, at 17 defense, at 35 agility, are they going to be able to get away from them even with repel?
Yeah, they should be able to get rid of at least the magicians at 17 damage, at 17 whatever. Oh, and Jjschmidt missing on the hurt against the Star Wyvern, and pays with his life. We also had a kill by a Wyvern over on Captain Green's side, you know, the Star Wyvern's buddy. All right, so once again, we're quickly getting out of the first zone here, and apparently I saw Captain Green cast Repel, and a Scorpion still showed up, so yikes. We do see a Magi Wyvern going down on Jjschmidt's side. That is good for level 7. And will that Star Wyvern go down? No! Captain Green's down 2, 4, 9, and 5 are your stats. What a strength here as we reach level 7. Wow, can you believe it? Only 9 minutes in, and we're at level 7 here with the metals, especially when we started with only 5 strength.
Sorry, JJ, I was getting my video set back up. I had a little bit of a connection issue. Sorry, Game Boy, I'm getting everything organized again.
Oh, okay, fair enough. As we see a Metal Scorpion to take Jjschmidt up to 500 experience exactly. And there's one of the monsters you cannot hurt more. It is everybody's favorite monster, the Red Dragon. And and looks like we're still trying to get some exploration here. So I'm gonna see if I can. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can quickly go ahead and give Captain Green a little advertisement here. He is currently been playing Super Mario Maker 2, Final Fantasy 14, and especially Zelda 1 Randomizer. I remember him. I believe he won the Battle Royale back in a few months ago in the Router's Relish, I believe it was, and that was and basically you rolled the seed a week early, and then you had the entire week in order to play the seed and practice it over and over and over, and then you had to try to get the best results. So that was pretty cool. And Captain Green is also interested in reading tennis, amateur boxing, electronics, and watching sports. So good times over there.
JJ happens to enjoy long walks on the beach that don't involve blue dragons, but unfortunately that is not in the cards for tonight because that Dragon Lord 2 breath is going to send him back.
Yeah, that's going to be a real stinker once we get to Sherlock, because the blue dragon is one of the Sherlock monsters.
And I believe that's the only Sherlock monster outside of a Star Wyvern we've seen so far.
I believe that is correct, as Captain Green now reaches level 7, but he's about 200 points down right now.
I'm sorry. I think Ali Jabrap had mentioned that we saw a red dragon and golems. And stone men, because I said it.
Ah, yeah. 10 power, 5 response speed, 12 HP, and 1 magic point. That is the level 8 stats, and we're finally starting to get up toward an average strength. But we still have yet to find a town.
And there's the Armored Knight, so that makes my proclamation pretty much just about done.
Yep, that's right. And
in sync again, they go back to the.
That's right. As we see the statistics from the Blue Dragon from our tracker, Lord of the Synths tonight, and wow, that is a really deadly Blue Dragon.
That heal more is gonna hurt because these players are going to find out about it the hard way because eventually they're not going to be able to run from the Blue Dragon. They're going to have Edric's armor. They're going to find out about Healmore in the late game.
All right, who wants Blue Dragon guarding the armor in Hawksness?
Well, one thing at a time. They got to find a town, right? They're still townless. They're caveless. They got no place to go, but everywhere.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, this is getting kind of silly here. I mean, there's got to be something here. I mean, have we gone around the river here and gone south over on Jjschmidt's side? Oh, now there's a friendlier monster, the Green Dragon casting Stop Spell.
They're gonna like to see that, especially after they get Edric's armor and have it nullified. But we have Captain Green, it seems, finding the northern coast of the first continent, and still nothing, even though it hasn't had too many encounters.
Yeah, and it looks like he's just settling on grinding at this point. It seems like he's finding monsters that he's quite comfortable with. I don't think a golem is one of them, though.
Probably not, but with those Star Wyverns, you're getting 5 MP to get maybe 105 EXP at a time, so it's a pretty good return on investment. And considering JJ had a pretty sizable EXP advantage a few minutes ago, might not be a bad idea for Captain Green to catch up and see if he can get level 8, because you still don't know what's going to unlock for you over these next few levels. It could be a big strength gain, it could be a big HP gain. That could also open up the map and save you from more red dragons like this.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's like it's a dragon seed right now. As Wraith Knight goes down, that's a really friendly monster. Only a 1 in 8 resistance to hurt, so that's always a good thing. JJ gonna try his luck against the Star Wyvern and falls. On the nose.
Unfortunately, of all the enemies that they could run into, Star Wyvern both has resistance on a small level and enough HP to survive a hurt more a lot of these times. So at 57 life, they're going to be very susceptible without any kind of defense boost from Dragon Scale to armor or
All right, we have a skeleton dropping on Captain Green. Rather curious that he threw down a couple hurts there, but it all worked out in the end. As JJ's trying to get out of Zone 1 again.
It seems like we're going to see enough of this trek. Get out of the castle, cast Repel, run into an enemy like a blue dragon, get sent back to the king. So the first player to find a town might really treasure that opportunity and want to never go back to the king.
Yeah, exactly. And we see another Star Wyvern drop over on Captain Green's side. It looks like they're going down they're going down the exact same section of the map. We gotta find something soon.
Well, just think about it. It's a problem now, but even later on in the game, if you have to go 5 minutes across the map just to get into position to take on Sharlock or something like that, that's a big swing in the late game. So these players are doing a good job scouring the map, but they haven't been able to find anything. I've seen them go in all 4 directions unsuccessfully. Obviously not west.
Well, yeah. Goldman, did I just see a Goldman follow on Jjschmidt's side?
You did.
All right, well, that means JJ's run has been officially validated.
Well,
always love when someone
right
kills
now,
a Goldman.
JJ really regrets not casting heal more, because at 964 was just 11 EXP away from level 9.
Yeah, that's right. We finally find Sharlock and a town. It is Breckenary, and I think they will be more than happy to find that town. As we see a silver shield available, as well as a hand axe, as Captain Green will purchase that hand axe for 560 gold.
Well, this is just another traditional seed. You can see Sharlock from Breckenary. It's the first town you go.
Yeah, exactly. 1, 7, 11, and naught in the magic department. So we will be hearing from MDI very shortly on that, as Magic Wyvern also falls on Jjschmidt's side, as we're going to see a dragon scale purchase by Captain Green. And a few herbs while we're at it.
You might even see a torch if he ends up selling that dragon scale, but otherwise, I don't think he's gonna have enough gold to get all of his herbs filled up.
Yeah, you're right on that, but I think that's okay. I mean, he's on the board, and I mean, there'll still be plenty of herb boxes coming up in the near future. As Lord of the Synth over in chat is noticing that Captain Green did not equip the dragon scale, which is a rather, that happens a lot more commonly than you think. I mean, I do it all the time, so I get it.
That item is for fashion, not defense.
I know, right? As Captain Green has found the conversion guide, that is where you're going to turn in the silver harp for the Staff of Rain, one of 3 required items to convert, to make the rainbow drop, as JJ finds Garenham.
It's a great place to visit, but if you don't have keys, you can't use it to its maximum efficiency. And right now, we're going to see what's in that weapon shop, and it looks like you're going to be able to get, hopefully, leather armor and a copper sword.
Yay!
Skipping the copper sword outright there.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of curious, yet I still can understand that, just because there really isn't much use for a weapon right now, not with Hurtmore.
I wonder if the consideration is that, well, I'm just gonna be looking for towns, for caves, and I don't want to buy anything but maybe a large shield the rest of the game. But at 800 gold, he's right at that level, so I thought maybe JJ was saving for that. But after you buy all those herbs, you still don't have enough gold. So I don't know if I'd be doing this, but JJ's going to the inn and gonna move on.
Yep. And JJ did equip his dragon scale, so he will continue on his way, run into a red dragon, and probably lose his life. Yep, there it is.
But JJ's been able to open up a little bit of an EXP lead, knows where he has to go after he gets keys, and Captain Green is still kind of stuck looking for a town that means a little bit more than Breckenary.
Yeah, that's right. It's quite a long journey to try to just get somewhere. So, pretty interesting seed so far. But, I think Captain Green just found Garanham.
Breckenary is awesome, but if you have Repel, that fairy water becomes way less useful.
Too true, too true. One of the changes in the version 2.1 of this randomizer is the fact of the fairy water shop being completely open in Breckenary. No magic key required.
And there's definitely a time where Breckenary is really a really necessary find when you only get Repel at level 14 or 15, and you have to slog in a map like this through a lot of Zone 0 and 1 in order to get into the main.
Jschmidt knocking out a second gold man. Loving this strategy, man.
And Captain Green is going to get some leather armor as well. Maybe stop at the inn. And I think right now the only difference is JJ hasn't found Breckenary.
Yeah, that's right. Which might be nice when might be nice to find the silver shield up for sale. Captain Green validating his run too with a gold man kill. Woohoo!
And the Red Dragons will not leave Jschmidt alone. They seem to be his biggest nemesis on this.
Yeah, I kind of wonder if it's time to find a really nice zone and grind there for a little bit until you get enough hit points to knock out a red dragon, which would be to Captain Green's advantage since he has a hand axe.
Unfortunately, when they were at Garanam right there, you know that at least one of the creatures in that zone is a red dragon, so you don't really want to level there. And around Breckenary, that might be more appealing, but I haven't even seen a lot of the enemies around that town.
Just to the left of Breckenary is another town and a cave. We will check out the town first. That town is Cole. Cole has one of three items, may have one of three items here, Erdrick's armor, Erdrick's token, and the fairy flute, and today it is the latter. We also saw JJ reaching level 10. I believe the stats were 2 power, 6 speed, 15 hit points, and 25 magic. Whew!
I was looking to see if Captain Green was able to buy a large shield there. He was just short of gold.
I did not notice. But it does. But I think he was short on gold. I didn't see if the large shield was up for purchase. But wow, only needs another Wraith Knight's worth of money here, and there it is.
And that Garanham enemy set also includes a golem, and JJ is going to go south, and hopefully he's on the path to finding Cole as well.
All right, here we go. Captain Green going right back into Cole, going to that store, saying yes to buying a large shield.
And these two players are right in step with one another, only JJ doesn't have that hand axe, and Captain Green hasn't equipped his scale. And did JJ not get the flute, but Captain Green did? Oh, right, because
JJ.
Cole.
Yeah, Cole. Oh gosh, gotta throw down a hurt here. There we go. I think that Star Wyvern is toast. Yep, got him.
I got scared on that one roll.
All right, so JJ now purchasing a hand axe here, so that really worked out in the end.
And that's what's important. And I think Captain Green able to check out which cave that is. It looks like it is the mountain.
Yep, that's right, the mountain cave. So going to knock out a Magi Wyvern, and Captain Green will receive level 10 and 5 more uses of Hurt More.
But I'll tell you what JJ gets. JJ gets that bump of 83 HP and 78 magic going into the mountain cave. So if Captain Green has a few more encounters and has to spend some of that magic, he might be in some dire straits at a lower MP.
Well, that was a rather fortuitous runaway there against that blue dragon over on Captain Green's side.
They are not fun to play with.
As Captain Green picks up 1 torch.
Well, it makes up for the one that he spent in here.
Yep, that's right. And a fighter's ring find as Captain Green finally equips the dragon scale. Very good. And the fighter's ring gets equipped straight away as well. So that will add 2 attack power to the runner's total.
But we're going to have to be very quiet because there's a metal slime battle going on. And JJ, with this battle, would get the next level.
Alas.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, gonna have to settle for a green dragon instead. Very curious play to cast her, because that might not be enough, but it does work out in the end, and now JJ is 52 points away from the next level.
Well, it is scared metal slimes, but JJ is going to have another opportunity, but don't look directly.
Yeah, no. I do like that play by JJ, throwing down the hurt spell and hitting the 1 in 16, because you just knew the metal slime was going to run away real soon. All right, here's a new metal slime, though, and we'll defeat this one. So we will see level 11 here after the little speech of courage and wit. 16 power, 5 speed, 9 HP, 12 magic, and a new spell. And the red dragon's starting to get in a little trouble here.
At 83 life, you're probably able to survive a blow, but at 92, you can maybe survive 2 and really maximize that heal more by not dying.
Yeah, maybe that 37 isn't enough to make his maximum power under 46. So we'll see.
And Captain Green unfortunately runs into bad luck with the blue dragon, whose DL2 breath will send him back to the...
Alright, no magic keys have been found quite yet, so I think that is going to be it for his journey, thanks to what WillWagnerMusic just said. Blue Dragon, Dragon Lord Breath.
Well, I guess he had a friend, because JJ also ran into Blue Dragon, also going back.
Yeah, quite a number of trips to the penalty box right now. 23 in total, as we once again make the journey off to somewhere.
With Repel, Captain Green is going to avoid a couple more encounters than Jjschmidt will when he casts Repel, but it's not going to be as terrible as it could be going back to the town, because there's so many juicy enemies like the Magi Wyvern and the Wraith Knights where they can pick up 70 to 100 experience.
All right, so we're going to continue the journey. Well, maybe not Captain Green, because look who's sitting there. Oh, gosh.
That was such a bold move to run on 38, but you really don't have that many options when the dragon's going to do between 40 and 45 damage potentially every.
But now Captain Green has that information that is a dead end, and, well, this is going to be rather fortuitous, an armored knight.
He was almost part of that dead end.
Yeah, that 172 XP is going to help quite a bit here.
JJ was able to open up a pretty big experience lead in that mountain cave. His encounters were just so much better. Got that metal slime, really sent him on the right path and getting a lot of gold toward his level 12, which hopefully will open up some more opportunities.
You know what I haven't seen yet, or at least in a really long time? An excellent move. We're not going to see one quite yet. Here's level 12, 1 power, 3 speed, 12 magic, 3 magic points, and a new spell, and you definitely can take on a red dragon here.
And just behind, Jjschmidt gets 12, and Captain Green is on the fringe of getting level 11. But is going through those swamp tiles, and right now, with only 6 magic left, it's real dicey.
Uh-oh. Spell was blocked over in Jjschmidt's side, but now dealing enough damage to that werewolf to knock it out.
I believe Captain Green is down to his last hurt more, runs into a Wraith Knight, and decides to run rather than use it.
And another werewolf going down on Jjschmidt's side, so it's monsters are just falling all over the place right now, but we still are lacking keys.
Captain Green got a few good rolls against those blue dragons and was able to avoid them long enough to get to the inn, and both players are resting up.
So JJ now going to try wandering south of Cole, while Captain Green's going to try to go east of Garanham, see what he can find there.
At just about broadsword level for Jjschmidt, I think JJ has a few encounters left, but would they be able to buy the broadsword and then use the money selling the hacks to get the large shield? That's the play I'm looking for right now out of JJ, because he's got enough gold, but with those red dragons looming and the blue dragons with DL2 breath, you never know when they're gonna come, and they do.
Yeah, now's a good time to get. All right. Oh, that was great play by Jjschmidt, getting those heal mores in rapidly and gets rewarded by finding Remolder.
Right now, able to get those keys, and the first with keys gets to go into the treasury of Tentagal, and hopefully that has everything you need to go and get your rainbow drop, and maybe even a big stick.
Yeah, we're going to find out in a second. And we also saw a cave that was available, so we'll probably figure out what that is in a moment. But first, we're going to see the box on the bottom right corner of Remolder.
And it looks like Captain Green is going to every nook and cranny in his side of the map and runs into a knight.
Remolder was required in the end. Silver harp found.
I'm glad that it's there, but I'm particularly fond of finding the silver harp in the back of Garanham, and the silver harp cave being the.
And we will have a broadsword purchase by Jjschmidt, so there we go, as Captain Green is going to find Remolder from a different direction, and will now receive keys, so not too far behind here.
Definitely, and JJ's restocking before going out and checking what's in that cave.
Yeah, definitely can't blame him there. I mean, Better safe than sorry. Just pick up those extra keys, and you're back up to 6, no problem.
And these players couldn't be any more in sync buying keys at the same time.
All right, we find the tablet cave on Jjschmidt's side and probably soon to be Captain Green's side. We're about to see what Daddy left for us today. What do you think?
I think it's a torch. You always want to see a torch in here. That way you can get mad and just cast outside.
And instead you get nothing.
I bet they wish they got a torch.
Yeah, no kidding, right? All right, JJ's going to continue exploration. Captain Green picking up his silver harp. So they both know. I think they both know. At least one of them knows where that silver harp cave is. So they'll be taking advantage of that shortly.
If I think both players weren't stocked up on herbs, so that would have had to have been a magic key. Unless I'm mistaken, that could have been an herb, I guess. I didn't see. I thought Jjschmidt didn't have a full stock of herbs.
Well, we will officially find out which one it was because Captain Green does not have 6 of both.
And Captain Green opts to use a torch, confident that this will be a torch, I'm sure.
Aha! It was an herb.
Got it.
Ooh, Night casting the spell asleep, and that is going to be all for Jjschmidt this time, as Captain Green's going to do some new exploration here.
Well, to be honest, I think Captain Green needed a little bit of a break because Jjschmidt was cutting through enemies left and right without his sword.
Alright, we see a dead end here. Let's check out the Tanagel Treasury. We will start off with gets the key back. We see a potential gold grind on the lower left, fairy water, and a torch. There's your torch.
It looks like Randomizer has rated us. For everybody coming in, to give you an update, we got hurt more early, we got heal more early, and then the race was on to find towns that were far.
Absolutely, we do thank Randomizer for the raid. They were just wrapping up Zelda Randomizer Battle Royale. I'm not exactly sure what the flags were, but anyway, Swamp Cave was the basement of Tanagel today, and it leads to another cave.
And I think that on the other side of that cave was the grave.
We have a winner. Hurry up, I'm bored, says the old man. Well, we still gotta find Cantlin. Oh, the blue dragon breathing fire down to 1 hit point. Wow.
Unfortunately, this has got to be nerve-wracking knowing that blue dragons seem to be everywhere on the map, and their DL2 breath seems at least 50, maybe 75%. I don't think that the players know just yet, but it feels like every other.
Yeah, we know it's 75% as JJ finding a death necklace, more money, and more money. All the money in the world.
But without in the Tanagel Treasury, there was no gold, right?
Yeah, that's right. Well, we will see a gold grind here this evening because we did see gold in the bottom left, if I recall, as Captain Green finding a cave, and I think that's the Silver Harp Cave. If he can throw down 2 Hurtmores against this Armored Knight.
treasury did have gold. My mistake there. I guess we will see the gold grind potentially, but right now it looks like Jschmidt is going to take his shot on the grave while Captain Green tries to take on an armored knight and catch up someone on that experience gap.
All right, Captain Green now finding the harp conversion dude and turns in the harp and gets the staff.
Upton G asks what was in the Sun Cave. I don't think that we found the free stuff cave. I think that we only found the token cave.
Captain Green now finding Hawksness and an Axe Knight, which is one of the best monsters to knock out with a Hurt More. Very often, like 60% of the time, you are getting 130 experience points. Jjschmidt getting the opposite news, finding a red dragon, but now noticing that he can deal 24 damage to it.
And it might cost 24 or 32 experience MP, but they're gonna get that 255 experience. Depending on what Captain Green runs into at Hawksness, this could be an easy opportunity to catch up on that experience lead. If he finds Edric's armor, if he finds an easy fight like an Axe Knight here with Hurt More, he could catch up on that 1,000.
Yeah, I think he will with that Axe Knight. Let's see what he gets. He gets the armor. Oh boy, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, you better be grinding on that Axe Knight.
You're about to see a catapult in experience because I think Captain Green might be able to get 2 fights for every one if Jschmidt has to fight enemies like this red dragon.
Ooh, an herb on the third baseman and another red dragon. That is not good news at this point because JJ's down to 25 magic.
The good news for JJ is that Captain Green can only do this 4 or 5 times without having to go back to the town, recharge. But because Captain Green knows where Hawksness is, it'll be interesting to see if he chooses to grind the experience or look for the rest of the quest item.
Yeah, we're gonna find out real soon. I've got this gut feeling that the bottom of this grave's gonna hold something. I mean, we'll find out soon. Was that a kill there? Oh, a third consecutive red dragon. My goodness.
So Game Boy, if you're in Captain Green's situation, you know where Hawksness is. What are you doing right now?
Well, it depends on where the nearest town is. If it's pretty close, then I probably would be grinding Axe Knights for a while. Yeah, it's pretty close. I'd probably be
right
grinding
there.
Axe Knights for a while. Yeah.
And with Edric's armor, you know it's a safe walk because you can always just walk off that damage in a relatively safe enemy zone because Hawksness isn't going to have anything nearly as bad as what they ran into out by the start point in zones 2 and beyond.
Wow, these bottom 2 basements are infested with red dragons, but JJ does get away, wisely using some herbs, wants to desperately get to this last box. Let's hope he gets there.
Well, for his sake, I hope it's something necessary, because if it's not, JJ is going to give up this EXP lead, and Captain Green might never need to see the bottom of the...
All right, here we go. Moment of truth. Maybe. Oy, another red dragon. My goodness. And it turns out it's money in the end. Oof.
Now, Captain Green opted to cast Return there. I wonder if that was a mistake, because he might have been trying to cast...
It does look like this was on purpose. He does look like he wants to see what is in the treasury as Jschmidt finds the blue dragon to burn him out, and here we go. It's gold grind time. What happens here? What is going on here? 5 boxes have been opened in Garenham. Though that count does not reset until you go back into the world map. Since he died, he didn't go back to the world map. he got sent to the king. Knocks off another 3 boxes because which is assessed for the opening 3 boxes of the game that are automatically open. So that's 8. So every treasure after that, it can be continuously taken over and over and over and over and over. Yeah, I'll shut up. Anyway, but there it is. I don't know how much money JJ is going to pick up, but it's going to be a lot.
And as a thank you, when you try to open a chest and you already have that 8Q reached, the rap name you're assigned is, in this case, for JJ Schmidt, Sword Matriarch, which I think is a great rap name for myself. I'd take.
All right. Well, the number 11 seed in the bracket is now heretofore nicknamed the Sword Matriarch.
It's gonna catch on, I'm telling you. It's really hot in the streets. Big in Shibor.
Okay, Captain Green just picking up the 3 initial boxes and not casting outside. He doesn't know this, but it's a smart play.
Well, right now, Captain Green's in a tough spot. 45 minutes in. Already has the armor, can explore the rest of the map without worrying, or could take a chance diving through that grave to find potentially nothing. It's a tough call. I'd probably go through the grave and be really angry with myself, but casting outside right there and choosing to go for the overworld map shows he's not ready to grind. He's ready to find the items, get the rainbow drop, and then worry about getting a Hawk's News for that hurt more grind.
Well, somebody tell that old man to wake up. Because it's time to issue some coordinates. Oh, no, never mind. There'll be no coordinates. You will have to fight. And that means that the token... Yeah, it is the token. The token will be found in a treasure box somewhere. I believe it's going to be in Garenham, in fact.
I think that they already went through the mountain cave, right? Or did they... or is the mountain cave at the bottom of Garenham?
I think the only thing we have yet to be found is the bonus cave, which I think is going to be in Garenham. So they're going to have to go back and address that. And I think the rest of the quest items are going to be in Garenham.
Well, unfortunately, those coordinates do not exist. But right now, Captain Green is making sure that Magi Wyverns don't exist.
I mean, if you're going to do 0 plus 6i and 0 minus 3i or whatever, I mean, we could let's make it the square root of -4 or something. I mean,
well, right now that knight was just made the square root of -4 because that knight does not exist. It is like fear in the Cobra Kai dojo.
Yeah, that's right. As Captain Green going back to Garenham, and we're going to see if I'm correct about this in a second. I'm going to check out some stuff there. It just goes, never mind. Let's open that door. We're going to see what we find here in a moment. JJ Schmidt does grind the maximum amount of money. Green finding a key, the Stones of Sunlight. Got to throw away something first. Silver Shield bought by JJ Schmidt. And Erdrick's Token. I knew it.
A 2 for 1. That's a really great location. And I wonder if Captain Green is even going to check what's in the sun. I guess that is the Stones of Sunlight cave. You definitely do. What if it's a...
Well, here we go. We're going to find out right now. And it is the sword. Oh, you called it.
When the commentator's curse is wrong, I'm happy, but it is not wrong.
All right, so really nice payday by Captain Green. Now he has to find the Grump. I don't think we found the Rainbow Drop guy yet, have we?
I'm not sure if they found the Jerk Cave, but this takes away all natural opportunities, I think, for Captain Green to have a natural gold grind, because all the other locations now, he won't be picking up chests until he goes possibly into Sharlock, because underneath Garanham, he can't be sent back to the start again. So I wonder if he's even going to try to get that silver shield in this run.
Yeah, I'm kind of doubting it in this case, but we'll see if it pays off. I mean, it's going to be a riskier dive.
At 72, it's questionable, but it's also considerable because they're only on levels 12 and 13. They probably have 2 or 3 more levels, considering Jjschmidt still has to find Hawksness to get Edric's armor, and Captain Green is probably going to want more than 103 attack.
Yeah, so if you want to know how we calculate Dragon Lord damage, we take the attack power of that 103 that Will Wagner is talking about. We're going to subtract 100 because of the Dragon Lord's defense. We're down to 3. We're going to divide that by 2. We get 1. We're going to divide that by 2. And we get 0. So you'll be dealing anywhere between 0 and 1 damage to the Dragon Lord.
Three hurt mores and an attack. Bring it home.
Yeah, I mean, you could do better than you could land 3 hurt mores, sure. I mean, that's not likely. That's a 4,096 and 1, but what the hey?
So you're saying there's a chance?
Yeah, I guess I am. Level 13 for Captain Green, but still 1,200 points down.
And JJ is going to get some good news, and I think we're going to see in very short time Captain Green find his way back to Hawksness to get those Axe Knights.
Yeah, that's right. JJ has not found those Axe Knights yet. There's the Grump. There's the discussion. The Rainbow Drop hath been created. It's time for some Axe Knight shopping.
And at 52 minutes here, we can begin our Axe Knight counter if we want. But given how some of these levels have gone, we might not see this for too long, and we could see them taking a run at the at Sharlock quicker than you think, because it's also so close to the starting location.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna find out here within the next little bit here. JJ still needs to find. Still needs to find. Needs to convert the harp actually, and then needs to find the Grump. But first of all, Captain Green's going down and gonna try. I mean, the longer this takes, the more experience Captain Green's gonna get.
And that blue dragon is giving Jjschmidt problems still, because even at 112 life, you're still down by 2 consecutive fire breaths. When it's DL2, it's doing that maximum damage. It's not been halved by your Edric's armor. So this is going to burn a lot of MP for Jjschmidt, what would only take Captain Green half.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point, because one of the powers of Edric's armor is it takes that 65 to 72 damage from a Dragon Lord breath, and it gets reduced to 42 to 48.
So given that their agility is pretty high, I think running from the blue dragons makes sense. But are you familiar with what their chances of running are at 69 agility?
I don't know the exact formula. However, it looks like it's about maybe 2/3.
Luckily, we have one of the best chats in the world, Cheap Pop, and I'm sure that they know.
Well, while they go ahead and calculate that, we'd like to thank our tracker once again, Lord of the Synth, for taking time out of his day to help us out with the Dragon Warrior Randomizer tournament. We'd also like to thank one of our continuous restreamers, been doing a lot of restreaming for this tournament, CD Improv. Always thank her for all the work she's been giving us. I know we owe you a lot of cookies, because she is the Queen Cookie.
There's been a lot of RVP talk for CD Improv this. That's restream valuable person.
Right. All right, let's go fight a werewolf with stop spell.
Even though you're happy to see stop spell with magic armor, you're still not any less likely to be hit by it. But one hurt more, and
Yeah, exactly. Ah, here's a practice axe knife for Captain Green, as I like to call it.
able to run from that stone man. Currently, the only two spells missing for both players are heal and stop spell. Not really going to prevent them from any kind of run. I haven't really seen an enemy that you'd use stop spell on.
Yeah, no, there really hasn't been such a monster here. All right, JJ, converting the Silver Harp into the Staff of Rain. This Jjschmidt has dabbled in Zelda 1, Zelda 2 randomizers. I know he plays quite a bit of Zelda 2 randomizer, but he left the community for a brief period of time. He used to be an administrator here, in fact. And that is because he now has a 9-month-old daughter, plus or minus. So that is really awesome. Congratulations to him. I hope that is still going very well. And yeah, so let's see.
Well, some guys just aren't committed to Dragon Warrior. Anyway.
Oh, hey, now, come on. Oh, here we go. JJ finding Hawksness, and that's... Oh, this is going to make for a very interesting race now. Level 14 for Captain Green. Looks like he will have a slight advantage. And will we see some stats or not?
Not just a little bit of advantage and experience, also having gotten the rainbow drop, Captain Green has nothing preventing him from going right into Sharlock, whereas JJ still has to catch.
Yeah, exactly. And, well, I guess I'm getting some frame drops here, but I can tell you the stats were 14 strength, 3 agility, 1 HP, and 1 magic point. Jjschmidt now reaching level 14.
Wow, that's an interesting predicament. I think at level 14, if I'm Captain Green there, I might just leg it out to 15, use the rest of that magic, but Captain Green would probably beat me in a race, so this all makes sense to me.
Oh, what are we up to now? We have 11 heal mores, and we're shooting 7 to 15 with a little weight toward the 15. So you're probably dealing a little bit more than 11 damage. With 11 heal mores and probably not a high chance of a double attack. Oh, that is so close. I definitely would go to 15, but
I think it looks like Captain Green circling around here. It might be the trip all the way back, and man, you're gonna regret when you're one heal more short, and you gotta throw out that hurt more. But I'm also worried about that attack. One attack short of where you need to be with that ring equipped. You can't use the death necklace for sure. You're not defense breaking anyone at 76 because you only have the large shield, so that maximum attack could do 50, I think 51 potentially.
Yeah, I think that's right. 50, 48, 49, 50. Yeah, I think you can be dealt 51 damage. You're right.
I mean, it's a weird thing to be hoping for Dragon Lord breath for protection, but if he gets put into a situation where he has to heal on 50, that's the kind of questions that you might not have at level 15. And I think JJ is using the rest of his MP in order to get that level, so we'll be able to see what the 15 stats bring.
Hey, we finally get a Kaishin no Ichigaki for Jjschmidt.
And under an hour.
Yeah, sub-hour Kaishin. All right, let's see. Let's see.
I'm pretty
Dodging a
sure
stone man. Here
yeah.
we go.
I think that JJ's had pretty poor luck in terms of some of the encounter rate and what he's run into. So it's about time to make. We will catch you up on Captain Green's stream right away. It looks like he's just about.
Yeah, we'll get back to that in a second. This is the last match we will restream here in the Swiss rounds of the Dragon Lawyer Randomizer tournament. There is one more race that is to be run. That is Basp 33 versus Ikbin Maya. That will be raced Sunday afternoon at 12 Eastern. Or I should say 12 midday, I suppose. And as we see Jjschmidt doing wandering in towards Sharlock here, but anyway, after that race is run, we will finalize the bracket and we will be able to start scheduling races for the round of 32.
I forgot that JJ still has to do that trip to get the rainbow drop because he didn't get level 15. I guess planning to get that on the way while still searching for the cave. But right now at 14 MP is going to take a trip back to Tantagal and reach.
Yep, that's
and
right.
I believe Captain Green is back up running and is in a battle with an armored knight and lands a second. Oh wait, sorry, we're just getting him set up.
We have a question in chat. Can the last race tomorrow affect the seeding at all? I'm not 100% sure, but I believe the answer is quite possibly.
I think that the it'll affect the win-loss percentage and the overall win-loss of your opponents, and I think that has to do with seeding. So I think that it will invariably have at least a little bit of weight, but how much I'm unsure.
All right, so looks like Captain Green is going back to X Night Land. Yeah.
And Jjschmidt at 7,200 experience, Captain Green at 63, grinding those Axe Knights. Jjschmidt is right outside where the Rainbow Drop Cave is, I believe. I believe it's northwest of here, or northeast, and is going to cash that in right now as Captain Green gets another Axe Knight, getting to about just under 6,700 EXP. And we have Jjschmidt going back to the start and taking a long walk.
Oh boy, this is going to get very interesting. JJ probably will get level 15 on the way to Sharlock here. I think we'll find out. As Captain Green defeats another Axe Knight, got about 5 to go for level 15.
Has enough MP to burn to use a heal more here without having to worry about having enough hurt mores to win outside of some pretty bad MP RNG here. But depending on the encounter rate Jjschmidt has, might actually get the level before.
All right. We have a Spectre going down for Jjschmidt, 209 points away.
And not to be outdone, Captain Green back on the grind, another Axe Knight, another 130 in the. I don't know about this play by JJ. You're just 1 MP away from another heal more. Getting that extra 2 or 3 encounters could be the difference between 1 more heal more.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to depend on the strength gain. If it's very significant, then who cares? But if it's not, well, we're going to find out what he does with this Green Dragon. He's going to swing with Erdrick's Sword. I mean, with Green Dragon's casting Stop Spell. Yeah, good to go. But here we go. Level 15, 7 power, 6 speed, 2 magic, or 2 hit points, 10 magic. And that's going to be enough to go to Sharlock. Here we go.
Well, now JJ's going to get what I'll call the bad news, because when he finds out it's 2 heal mores, I wouldn't be surprised to see him double back and go back to that end.
It's going to be a very tough decision, because now we're looking at 9 to 19 damage. We're going to be averaging 14 per shot on 11 heal mores. I think he's going to keep diving, but we'll see. This is going to be a very interesting call coming up. Oh, he is going to leave Sherlock and go back to Breckenary. Okay. He wants the sure thing.
I'm telling you, he thought blue dragons have DL2 breath. There's no chance I get through there without having to burn 1 heal more on those jerks alone.
Yeah, that is a pretty good point, as a matter of fact. So
now, while he doesn't have the fighter's ring, I noticed that Zarnax mentioned that in chat. I believe that'll cap his minimum at 1 lower, but it won't raise his maximum potential damage on a Dragon Lord, since neither player will be able to use the
yeah, I think JJ's going to be shooting 9 to 18 instead of Captain Green's 9 to 19. So Captain Green will have an even further advantage. However, JJ does have the advantage of the silver shield over the large shield. So he'll have a slightly higher chance of a double if we have to get to that point.
I had that backwards. I thought that it didn't raise the minimum, it raises the maximum first, and then the minimum with 2.
Yeah, it's all good. Here we go. Floor 2 for Captain Green. No blue dragons found yet. Oh, and Captain Green's going to have to do this in the dark, lest he loses a heal bar.
Well, I guess that's one of the good things that JJ has going in his other run, because he could have burnt a Radiant without a problem, but I trust that both of these players are experienced enough to navigate through this cave. I've actually had horrible nightmares where I've had to.
And JJ getting some bad luck there with that Armored Knight with the much lower chance of running away. It is under 50%. And right now, Captain Green's going to the second zone. Let's see how this is going to work.
Did I see that one of the players didn't have herbs in there? I think Chad had mentioned that one of the players was herbs.
Yeah, JJ is herbless, but does have a torch, and Zone 2 has red dragons. Here we go.
That only makes having 2 heal mores all the more.
Ooh, boy, wow. 2 red dragons in a row. Nearly a third, but it turned out to be a green dragon. That was a good thing.
In terms of caves, I'd prefer to navigate in the dark. I would probably consider this my second least favorite behind the grave, but I always like having that one tile of.
And with Captain Green not able to run away from that green dragon, which we find also has hurt more, he just goes in and beats him up and gets the points and moves on.
I'm sure that green dragon is just excited to see someone else who's green.
All right, Captain Green reaching the 4th baseman. Jjschmidt is going to pass him now in the 4th basement. As now into the 5th basement. So Captain Green getting some pretty bad luck there. The last zone has a Stoneman with, got Dragonlord Breath there too. And there's the blue dragon too.
JJ has discovered a lot of enemies with Dragonlord Breath who have stopped his run, and that just adds one more to the list. But he is soldiering on, 79 HP against the Armored Knight. Going to try to walk this off, but is still above that threshold, that 48 mark of DL2 Breath, which when you're running into blue dragons and stone men at this point, you're really going to need to be above.
Wow, this has gotten very interesting. Jjschmidt about to be halfway around, but finds a red dragon and gets away from the red dragon. Now halfway around, another red dragon. Oh my goodness, this is the zone from hell.
Well, it must have been a shake and bake because Captain Green didn't get those 2 red dragon encounters. Instead, it's been armored knights on.
Yeah, this is quite spectacular. Here we go. We're about to have... Ooh. Oh no, red dragon and an armor knight. JJ gets away. A stone man is mandatory. And is he going to sacrifice a heal more? Needs to decide right now because Captain Green's starting the stone man. Oh, going
I don't
to...
know if Captain
Wow.
Green knows that the stone man has DL2. He just goes
No,
in and attack, and he's going to get some bad news, I think.
No, we have joint stone man. Okay, I'm going to have to explain what's happening here. If these 2 runners finish within 5 seconds of each other, I'm going to have to come back and retime the runs. If that difference winds up being 1 second or less, we will have overtime. So here we go. Oh, Armored Knight find in Captain Green. He can't get away.
Captain Green drops a hurt more there, looking to at 28 life left, heal more. Now he's going in with 2 less heal mores. At 92 MP is going to be able to use heal once to get up to his close to his maximum HP. But Jjschmidt still has 3 herbs to burn, or I believe had 3 herbs to burn. Goes into the fight with 65 HP, 14 damage done.
Yeah, now it's 31 as, that was very fortunate. The stop spell coming down as another hit coming down to raise to 42. Captain Green is going to need some really high rolls.
Not just that, with lower defense, he's going to need some lower rolls from the draft.
Ooh, so close to a double over on Jjschmidt's side, but it's 68 to 78, to 25.
I think even without doubles right now, JJ has a pretty good position, but hopefully we'll get 1 or 2 more. Captain Green is going to need a little bit of a break with less heal.
Yeah, now it is 104 to 56. I think JJ is going to get by here.
This is going to take some
121
Cracker
to
Jack
82.
menuing.
Now 137 to 94. I think we're about to have a Dragon Lord defeat here. 151. Dragon Lord has some high HP.
And Captain Green opted to use heal more at 48 life, which is just, one of the unfortunate breaks about.
And the Dragon Lord falls for Jjschmidt. And, this is going to be heartbreak for Captain Green. He's only 40 hit points short of winning this race. And, oh my goodness. I mean, I don't know what the final difference is going to be, but it is going to be so close.
Yeah, has to use another heal more on.
73 minutes and 52 seconds is the winning time by Jjschmidt. Captain Green is on his way back from the Dragon Lord. And this was one of the closest races of this tournament. Only 36 seconds. 1:14:28. Captain Green's time. We'll be hearing from both of them in just a second.
That was incredible. Both players played that Dragon Lord fight perfectly. The 2 times Captain Green was on 48, he opted to heal more, even though he knew it was a very close fight, and he was able to get that win there. Very well played Sherlocks overall by both players.
Yeah, what a way to finish off the Swiss rounds and to determine that last entry into the bracket phase. A very unfortunate ending there by Captain Green. But here we go. We welcome both JJ and Captain Green to the interview booth. Good game to both of you. What a race.
Oh, man. GG, Captain.
GG.
You two even showed up in chat in a race.
Yeah, I guess.
That was
Little
incredible. You two were in step the whole time. Both played that seed incredibly. GG to you both. Initial thoughts about the seed from
I don't. I'm catching my breath a little bit, but I didn't feel. I felt like I got lucky with where some of the items wound up being placed with some decisions that I made. So it'll be interesting to see the path that Captain took.
Yeah, I was kind of sad when I saw Hurt More 3. I'm not a fan of early Hurt More seeds, mostly because I'm not very good at them. I'm more the long, grindy, awful seed kind of person. But other than that, I think my item luck was probably pretty solid too. I mean, I skipped Grave, went to Garenham first, and found everything there.
Yeah, I full dove the grave. I just on the off chance. I felt behind at that point, but I got bounced from mountain early, so I never went back.
right, and I think that not choosing to go through the grave opened up a little bit of time and opened up the Hawksness grind earlier, because I think JJ was the first to get Edric's armor and really optimize that Axe Knight grind. I noticed that you stopped the grind for a bit and went to get the rest of the rainbow drop there for a little bit. How'd you feel finding Hawksness, getting Edric's armor at that point in the game?
I don't know. I felt behind from, I don't know. It took me a while to convince myself to use heal more early in the seed. And so I felt behind for a big chunk, and I guess you always feel behind, but I knew we were close on the levels and the stats at the point where I stopped, so I figured I'd get a couple random enemies, finding the rainbow drop, and that didn't work out to the greatest, but man, I don't know. It's really close.
Yeah, I felt way behind when I found Hawksness, because I had been east of Brecon area, I think 20 minutes earlier or something like that, and I must have just been like one row of tiles south and didn't see it and went south instead of north.
Yeah, I saw that you made the right turn to the left when you hit the coast, and yeah, I think if you would have found Hawksness there, that would have opened up some possibilities. I think overall you both were in kind of lockstep in a few different parts of the seed, and even running into some of the enemies at the same time, including some of those Star Wyverns early and those blue dragons. Would you say that the blue dragons were your least favorite part about the seed, or would it still go to the fun police?
Mine was the Star Wyverns early, because I couldn't get any luck with those. So I harbinged a grudge on them the whole time.
Yeah, we were probably pretty similar, because early on, twice a Star Wyvern hit me for exact damage to kill me, after Hurtmore didn't get it.
Yeah, those are just annoying ones to find in early Hurtmore seeds. I'm going to point this out, I guess. When I went to Breckenary after getting 15, I didn't check to see if I was full on herbs. I don't know why I thought I was, but I think that's honestly more than the difference. That somebody could time that or put it out, but if I'd have stopped to get 3 herbs in Breckenary, I think you'd have won.
Well, I think that you both went into Sharlock a little bit herb deficient, while I think JJ had 4 to start Sharlock. Captain Green might have had.
I had 5.
I had that. Did I have that mixed up? Did I have Captain Green had herbs and JJ had none?
I had 3 or 4, I can't remember at this
My
point, but I
mistake.
had to put them. But yeah, that's just another one where any random encounter could have decided the match. So, you know, I'm definitely happy I won, but I'm also, a little torn because I like Captain Green. I think it's a great addition to the community over the past year and a half or so. And, these elimination matches are tough.
Definitely a pressure-filled situation, but you both played that seed incredibly well, and I think that you're both going to be forces in next tournament, regardless of how this one turned out. With the talent in this tournament, to be 2-3 or 3-2 is really a testament to how great the field has gotten, how big it's gotten, and how many great players are running it. So I thank you two for one of the most entertaining races of the tournament for me. The way you guys were going back and forth in your battle.
Yeah, thank you. Sounds like it was definitely a close one. Glad it was fun to watch.
Definitely worth checking out. In the
Yep.
replay, when you're playing these seeds, you get to play standard flags a lot. Are there any particular flag sets you two enjoy?
I don't know. This was Scared Metals, and I don't think it's factored into any race that I've played with Scared Metals or would have anyway. I did kill one later, I guess, in this seed, but the Scared Metals flag is a nice addition.
I noticed that you had 3 encounters with metal slimes. Twice you almost got them, and on the third time you finally caught that luck. I think scared metal slimes might have ended up playing a factor in terms of EXP.
I didn't see one all seed.
I think I only saw him top floor of Swamp Cave the one time I went in there before I got bound.
Yeah, that's all I saw. So, JJ, I'm going to change topics here. JJ, getting the good news of advancing to the brackets, but I do have some bad news. He has to face Jacobus Wedge. He is the 32nd seed.
Yeah, and this is not meant to disparage anybody, but I just kind of looked at the overall records of who I'd faced, and I figured that if I won tonight, or if Captain, I don't know about Captain where that would have changed things, but I figured if I would have won tonight, it would have put me against either Jack or Mr. Holmes. So, I was mentally prepared for going 3-3 this year, but I like racing Jack. He's a lot of fun. So, and I think we've proven over the different randos that, anything can happen.
I think it's
Yeah,
more
absolutely.
of a rough draw for them.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely not where I was last year when I went 5-0 in Swiss. But I think there's probably anybody in that 4-1 and like 4-1 and the 5-0s that are going to be just looking at how is the competition so stiff at that 28 to 32 range. And that's just this tournament. I think even, all 64, I think anybody could have beat just about anybody. I mean, within reason, but it was a crazy field, and this is a crazy game to run. And everybody, tons of people in the community just seem to know so much about the game, and it's a pleasure to be part of the community.
Agreed.
To that point, I will say, I'm definitely bummed to go 2-3, because I feel like I'm so much better than I was last year's tournament, where I also went 2-3. But it's also, like you said, the community's gone as a whole has just gotten so much better that it makes sense that I'd still end up with the same record.
Yeah, I mean, I wound up 3-2, and thanks to some great play by Silverfire and Edgeworth. And Silverfire's the 8th seed, and Edgeworth's the 15th seed. And I think I'm either going to be the 16 or the 17 seed, and Ferran Burgundy is going to be the 16 or the 17 seed. So that's my opponent.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, no matter who you're playing, there's no easy out or anything like that. Everyone's so tough, top to bottom.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right about that. I mean, oh, this is going to be one hell of a bracket. I can't wait to finally finish it out. And some people will be able to schedule their matches starting now, but some people will not be able to do that. So we'll get that all filled up here in a little bit. But in the meantime, I'd like to thank both Captain Green and JJ for a very thrilling race, and I hope that Captain Green, being eliminated, I hope he will be able to join us again next year and give it another go. It's been quite a thrill, and we thank him for participating in this tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll also join the league if that starts up again. But it's different time at this point. But yeah, thank you, Game Boy and Will for the commentary. Thank you, CD Restream. And thanks especially to all the admins who put the tournament together. Even though I'd like to have gone longer, I definitely enjoyed my time. So thanks, everyone.
Yeah, you're welcome, and thank you once again for joining us. And that will go ahead and wrap it up. Will, you are the 11 seed. I think you definitely have Jay Coper. What are your thoughts about that?
That's awesome. That's exactly who I want to play, because we had that battle, and there was a computer issue, and we came back, and I think we played a pretty close race. The second time we were pretty close. And I like that we get to have a trilogy. It makes it feel like it's a real storyline for the tournament. So I'm excited.
Actually, you know what? I think I screwed up the thing. I might have to research. I might have to do that again, because I think I've got the Swiss part, the opponents, wrong. So I might have to. Actually, that doesn't matter, because you're still 17. Well, I'll figure it out. But you're either getting J. Cobra Angel FM. I'm just going to double check my math here before we make it all official here. But yeah.
Well, either way, I'm excited. I've played some races with both players. They're both really experienced, talented players. So I'm sure it's going to be a battle either way. I'm excited.
Yeah, actually, I think I do have it going. I do have it the wrong way. So no, you actually will be playing Angel FM.
Well, that just means I guess I have to win so that I can play him in a later round to finish that storyline.
Yeah, so I apologize for that. So I'm going to go ahead and just double check everything before I finalize the brackets here. But anyway, your final thoughts with regards to this race?
I think that both JJ and Captain Green played that really well. In the initial part, we're able to get experience early, get out to a nice start, pick up hurt more, because I think either player could have easily had some bad luck in that encounter in the first few levels and not been able to get hurt more. But they both got it. They pushed forward, and I think that they never pulled this back, and it just got faster and faster, and it was a really great seed. I think both players should be pretty proud about how they did there.
Yeah, absolutely, and I really have nothing to add. That was pretty much the perfect summary for tonight's seed, and we do have one more race coming up, which will determine the last couple of seeds here. That is Ickman, Maya, and Bass. We will not be restreaming that, but that will be broadcasted live on their individual Twitch channels. So go ahead and enjoy that. That is Sunday afternoon at 12 midday. And with that, we're going to go ahead and sign off. We're going to raid Speed Gaming. Demarine is doing a little commentary with a casual race over there. And with that, Forerunners, CaptainGreen7, Jjschmidt77, Restreamer, CD Improv, Tracker Lore of the Synth, and my co-commentator WillWagnerMusic. This is me, Game Boy F9. You've been watching Randomania 2. Please have a good night.